Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to a new video. Coach Mo here, coming to you live from Marbella, beautiful sunny Marbella. We got a sunny day again, so energy is up. Okay, and talking about energy today, I want to talk to you about energy vampires, things that rob you from your energy. Okay, what are the things that rob you out of your energy? You need to be aware of them. You need to fight them, not fall for that shit. Okay, so listen up. We live in a day, we live in a world that to understand this world, we need to think in terms of energy and frequency. To understand the world, we need to think in terms of energy and frequency. Energy is life. Energy is like the engine that you have. Even though you can't see it, even though you can't really touch it, but it's something you can feel. You can feel when you have a lot of energy, and you can feel when you have no energy or little energy. Okay? And so energy is everything. Energy is flow. Energy is movement. Energy is life. And frequency is what level of energy you're at the moment. Is where is your energy in the moment. That's your frequency. Okay? And your frequency dictates what you frequently see. Okay? So what we need to do is we need to make sure that we are at a high frequency most of the time, if we can. And that is very important, because if we are at operating at a higher level of frequency, we're gonna see better things. We're gonna see life in a different light. We are going to see answers. We are going to be more positive. We are going to attract to our life better people, better circumstances. Okay? And in order to be on a high frequency, first of all, we need to have energy. Okay? We need to have a certain amount of energy. Because if you're depleted, if your energy is depleted, you're not going to operate at a high frequency. It's impossible. Like, it's very hard to feel grateful and feel optimistic and feel great when you're, for example, sick, when you have fever, when you have a certain disease, or you're dealing with a health issue. That health issue drops your energy level, so your frequency naturally drops, and you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to put some work and some effort, some conscious effort, in order to raise your frequency again, by changing your perspective, by seeing things in a different way. But generally, for most people, when you're sick, you're tired, your energy drops. And we need to talk about what are the different things that draw our energy from us, the energy vampires. So the first thing that comes to my mind, the first thing is the food. Nowadays, we live in a world that a lot of people, a lot of companies are really dishonest. Everybody's looking to make money, no matter what are the means. You know, it's all about making money. I don't care what I give you in the food. I don't care if it's healthy, unhealthy. I don't care if those additives are not actually destroying your immune system. I don't care if those freaking additional unnecessary ingredients that I put there to just make it tasty, to make the flavor more stronger. I don't care if they spike your glucose levels. I don't care about none of that. As long as I'm selling, making profit, that's it. I'm successful. This is the world we live in today. Most people are operating like this. These companies, they cannot be trusted. They cannot be trusted. We see in the news time after time, companies that we used to think that they're honest, they've been operating for a long time in the market. Suddenly there is a lawsuit against them because they discovered that they have been adding some ingredient that's harmful to the human being in excess to what it should have been done. And now somebody discovered it, and now they are in trouble. And of course, the company have money, they pay whatever. So what I'm trying to say is the food. Read the labels, try to stick to nature. Try to stick to eating like if you were living in the past. Eat clean stuff, simple stuff, not complex, not processed stuff. Vegetables, fruits, meat, chicken. I mean, even the meat and chicken, the way the animals are bred. You know, animals uh, they've been fed also with the hormones and stuff. I mean, it's disgusting. I don't want to depress you. I don't want to make you feel bad though about what's going on. But I need to tell you the truth. I need to point out what's going on. I need you to be aware of it. So the advice is try to stick to nature as much as possible. If you're eating animals, grass-fed animals, simple products, not stay away from processed products, stay away from sugary products as well, as much as possible. Okay, as much as possible, because you need to have energy, and of course, work out, meditate, drink a lot of water, and go to the sun, go to nature frequently to at least have a counter effect on what's going on. Like do something positive to counter the effect of the negative things that are unavoidable, especially if you're living in a big city. You know, you're living like like most people in some city. You're working, you have business. You know, like everyday life. But the people that have the opportunity to live like in the countryside, and to people that have their own animals and they have their own food supply. I mean, that's something on my checklist. That's a dream of mine, not to isolate myself from society, but to have my little place where I can produce everything I want, and I don't need to rely on buying anything else from nobody else. I don't need to trust nobody else. I know what I'm doing, what I'm cultivating is good, and that way I will keep my health and my family, at least my family's health and people close to me, in good shape. So number one is the food. You have to be aware of the food. They are depleting you. Stay away from processed food and shit food. Try to find great sources of food, good sources, okay, natural sources, organic sources, even if it's a little bit expensive. Number two, in the second place, the thing that robs you out of your energy is music. Yes, music. The music industry is full of these songs that are full of degenerate, satanic lyrics that cause your energy to drop. It causes your energy to whether you understand it or not, it's causing your energy to drop without you feeling it. The beat itself, the way they made the beat itself has an effect on you. Sound has a great effect on your body. Your body is 70% water, 60% or more water. Look up how sound affects water, how it affects even objects. And when they put in these beats a certain frequency that actually make you weak, that's going to affect you. And you can look up interviews with previous song makers, people that were in the music industry, and they talk about this. They talk about that there is certain frequencies that make people feel a certain way, and we see it nowadays. There is more and more and more degenerate lyrics, degenerate shows. People like showing their allegiance to the devil through the music, through the shows, through these concerts. If you think this is just art, you're dumb. They're literally telling you what's up. They're literally showing you, hey, this is what's going on. And you think that music that's sending, that you're listening to, is what kind of effect that is going to have on you. Nothing is random. So, music. Number three, obviously, is what do you feed on? What do you feed your mind on? The news you watch, the movies, the series, the books, the information that you feed upon. And I don't watch the news. Personally, I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV. I go to some news channels from time to time to understand what's going on. about a situation that I'm interested in. That's it. I look up online some news, and believe it or not, I see more news on TikTok than on these channels, because also these channels, they're full of shit. And from TikTok, at least, I see when people film things, and they just you can see the raw information. You can make up your mind without somebody telling you a story behind what are you trying to understand. So the negative news, the negative information you're feeding upon, it's definitely depleting your energy, making you feel weak, because the quality of the thoughts you have in your head, they are going to dictate the quality of the vibration you're in, the quality of the frequency at which you're operating. Excuse me. So that's number 3. The news. Be watchful of the news, whatever you feed your mind upon. The news are spreading fear, spreading all the negative things that are happening in the world. They gather them, they give it to you in one go, you know, and that makes you think with time that the word is negative, is only negative. Yes, the word is negative. There is negativity in the world, but there is also positivity. Okay, there is also positivity. So don't fall into the trap of believing that everything is dark, everything is black. There is darkness and there is light, of course. They're coexisting. We cannot have dark without light. Otherwise, the world will go out of balance. So just be aware of that. And the last but not least is your environment. Your environment. And your environment is basically everything we mentioned before. It's like the people you hang out with, the information you receive from these people, the kind of energy they bring to you, okay? The kind of things they talk about, the kind of music they listen to, the kind of foods they eat, you know? It's all together. Your environment is big, is going to affect you big time. And when I say environment, I want to specify, and I want to emphasize on the people you hang out with, the people that are close to you, that get close to you. Some of them are vampires and they're gonna rob you out of your energy. Do not mention your dreams to nobody that is not in the position where you want to go. Do not mention your dreams to nobody. Just keep them to yourself. Just understand that this is your dreams. Nobody needs to know about them. Nobody needs to understand. Not even your parents, not even your closest friends. Because if they are not aiming towards a big goal, if they're not aiming towards improvement, then they're not going to understand you when you are listening to this type of conversations and trying to improve yourself, trying to get insights. They're not going to understand. They're going to mock you. They're not going to be in the same vibe. They're going to rob you of that energy by just mocking you, by telling you BS, you know, by showing you examples of people that have tried to do some things and failed. And you're going to think, oh shit, people are failing, so I cannot do that. I cannot get in shape. I cannot become skilled at this. I cannot build this project. You know, I cannot free myself from my negative state from my depression. I cannot do that. You know, they're not going to encourage you. So be aware of people. And these guys are energy vampires, okay? Of course, there is energy vampires that are from a different nature. But this is a subject for another video maybe. But just try to stay positive. Feed upon positivity. Listen to positive news. Hang around positive people. And be aware of energy vampires. Stay strong.